YouTube world. My name is General Kenobi. I've got another cat. This one wanted to become YouTube famous also. This is actually the sister of the other cat. They multiply. Run! Like always, I got a good one for you today. Today we are going to be doing Would You Rather. This is a fairly popular game, especially if you play Minecraft or Fortnite or just some friends that get together. There are a series of questions where you're given an option and you need to choose which one you'd rather do. For example, would you rather click that like button or click that subscribe button? Stuff like that. So, let's get started. Now, I'm only going to say would you rather once. I'm not going to repeat that for every single one of these. So, here we go. Let me shuffle these around a little. Alright. So, would you rather be the star player on a losing team or bench warmer on a winning team? Honestly, I'd be the bench warmer on a winning team because I suck at sports. So it wouldn't really matter if I was the star player or the bench warmer. I'd still suck. So, there you go. Being in Star Wars or Star Trek. And I can't choose both. And honestly, I would have to say I'd rather be in Star Trek because Star Trek is much bigger than Star Wars. Star Trek started as a TV series and went on to be in movies and is still going on today, whereas Star Wars has strictly been films. So there's only so much it's still a big story, but there's only so much of it. There are a couple TV shows, but it's more film based, and if I had to choose, I'd rather be in Star Trek. Cure cancer or end world hunger. This is actually an option in the game Saints Row 4, where you're the president of the United States. And you have enough funding to pass one bill, and the bill is either cure cancer or end world hunger. And honestly, I choose end cancer, because if you think about it, cancer kills God knows how many people throughout the year. So if we find a way to cure cancer, it shouldn't be too hard to end world hunger. So there you go. I'm gonna skip that one. That was supposed to be a joke. Alright. All known languages or all known instruments? I'm actually going to choose all known languages because this might sound a little cliche, and in fact it was actually mentioned in the 1960s version of Batman. But if everybody knew everybody's language, we'd be one step closer to world peace, which would be freaking awesome. Busy or bored? I'd much rather be busy. I don't like being bored. I don't like just standing there. Sometimes at work I stand there and pretend like I'm doing something besides just standing there. It's boring. Alright. Most popular person at work or school, or the smartest? Neither one. Honestly, I'd rather be the smartest because popularity isn't really that big a deal to me. If I'm popular, so be it. But I'd much rather be smart. Much rather be smart. no TV, or no junk food. I can do without junk food, honestly. I'd much rather be able to watch TV. Own a boat or a plane. Honestly, I'd much rather, as much as I love to fly, and one day I do want to get my pilot's license. I'd much rather have a boat. Honestly. Alright, meet my favorite athlete or favorite actor. That's a tough one. I'd have to say probably my favorite actor. Because there's really only one athlete that I would want to meet. But actor, there's a ton of them I want to meet. So I'd actually have to really decide who I want to meet. And that'd be, meeting the actor, that'd be a lot of fun. Alright. Would I rather be 4 feet 5 inches in height, or 7 foot 7 inches? So my options would be: would I rather be really short or really tall? I'd probably go with short, because I don't know what that's like. I honestly don't know what it's like to be short. Skip that one. Right. No taxes for a year, or 1 month paid vacation. Now, I'm sure a lot of you would probably choose no taxes for a year, but honestly, I would choose the 1 month paid vacation, because it doesn't specify if you can only go to one place. So if I can go to multiple places, then I would use that month to go to all the places I've wanted to go to. So that would be your chance to travel the world, see everything you've wanted to see. This is an easy one. Explore space or the ocean. And honestly, I'd much rather explore space, because if you think about it, the ocean is only so big and only covers so much of our planet, whereas space is huge. We are only one planet in one galaxy. There are multiple planets and multiple galaxies in our universe. And in Star Trek, even though they're at this point in time with the new series Star Trek Picard, which takes place in the very early 25th century, they've only just begun to explore their universe, their galaxy. They haven't even they have occasionally gone outside of their galaxy through unnatural means, but they haven't actually gone to another galaxy and actually took time to explore it. So they're still in the infancy of them exploring our own galaxy. And now with in the new season of Star Trek Discovery, they've actually gone further in time than any Star Trek show has ever gone. So they're going into brand new uncharted territory. So what that's going to mean, we don't know. So if you think about it, exploring space would be a lot more fun, because with the ocean, you're eventually going to run out of things to explore. With space, there's absolutely no way you're going to be able to there's absolutely no way you're going to be able to finish in your lifetime, unless you figure out some way to live forever. Have X-ray vision or super hearing? Honestly, I'd much rather have super hearing. Just think of how awesome that would be. How awesome it would be to be able to hear everything. Yes, there would be some drawbacks to that, but be duct taped to a wall or a door, or sit in your car with the heat on for 5 minutes. This was actually done by a YouTuber Unspeakable. Shout out to Unspeakable, he is awesome. And this was when they did a video of they actually had to do these would you rather, and the guy chose duct tape to a wall, and the time it took them to get duct tape, actually he chose to be duct taped to the front door, and the time it took them to do that, he would have been done with sitting in his car with the heat on full for 5 minutes. So honestly, for time constraints, I would choose to sit in my car with the heat on full for 5 minutes. Yes, it'll be freaking hot, but just take some water with you. Have more money or more time? Money is important, but you can always get more money. Time is a precious commodity. Someone once told me that time was like a predator. It has stalked us all our lives. I believe to think of time as a companion, and we should cherish every moment of it. Because you never know when you never know when your last moments are coming. After all, we're only mortal. Alright. Would you rather get the good news first or the bad news? Honestly, I'd rather have the bad news first. Tell me something bad, then give me something good right after that. Alright. Have a rewind button or a pause button in your life? Probably a rewind button. This one, some people probably wouldn't mind having a pause button. But if you think about it, if you have a rewind button and you do something extremely stupid, you can just hit. Oh wait, no, I'd rather do this. So there you go. Win the lottery or live twice as long. This kind of goes hand in hand with the have more money or more time. Again, I'd rather live twice as long. So there you go. Lose vision or lose hearing? This one is definitely no brainer. I'd much rather lose my vision, because there are people, and this is actually a real life thing. There are people where when they lose one of their senses, primarily their vision, their other senses get heightened, especially their hearing. There are people where if they've lost their vision but they still have their hearing, if somebody from the opposite end of the house was whispering as quietly as they could, the person who is blind but has excellent hearing would be able to hear that person despite the fact that they're whispering so softly. That is awesome. If I had to choose, I'd rather lose my vision. And for those of you wondering why I did that with my glasses off, when I have my glasses off, I am essentially blind. The camera that I'm looking at, it's a blur, and the camera is not that far away. I can't. It's just a big blur. I can't see it. This is an easy one. Be Batman or Spider-Man? I'd rather be Spider-Man. Nothing against Batman at all. Batman is awesome. He is my favorite DC hero. But when it comes down to either Batman or Spider-Man, Spider-Man was first for me. I'm not sure which one came first, Batman or Spider-Man. I think it was Batman. But for me personally, I watched Spider-Man before I watched Batman. And I definitely relate more to Peter Parker than Bruce Wayne. So I'd much rather be Spider-Man. Again, nothing against Batman, he is awesome, but I'd rather be Spider-Man. Stuck on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator? Honestly, and I think most people would pick this one, I'd much rather be stuck in a broken elevator. Because if you think about it, a broken ski lift, you can't go anywhere. The most that you'd be able to do would be to shimmy along the rope of the ski lift, but eventually your arms are going to get tired, and the inevitable will happen, and you'll fall and die. If you're in a broken elevator, if you can get on top of there's in all elevators in most elevators there's an emergency exit inside the elevator where you can get up onto the elevator, and then all you have to do is get to the next floor, and if it's as easy as they make it in the movies, just open up the door, and there you're on the next floor. There you go. And also, if you're lucky enough to be in the elevator, and you're actually right next, you're just past you're like right at a floor, and you can open up the elevator doors, then you might be lucky enough to be at a floor where you can just kind of crawl out of the elevator. So there you go. Read a book, read a good book, or watch a good movie. Honestly, if I had to choose, I'd rather read a good book. I love reading. It's awesome. So, yeah, give me a good book any day. And our last one, breathe underwater or fly. And this is another one that for me it's fairly obvious. I'd much rather fly, because if you think about it, okay, let's say for the sake of argument that you can breathe underwater and on the surface. You're not once you're breathing underwater, that's all you're able to do. You can't breathe on the surface. No, you can breathe either on the surface or underwater. Eventually, when you're breathing underwater, yes, it's awesome, but eventually you're going to have to come back up, get back on your boat, and go somewhere else. You can't stray too far from your boat, because all that swimming is going to make you tired, and eventually you're going to have to stop. And that'll probably be bad. If you fly, you can go anywhere, and it doesn't take much energy to fly. So there you go. That's Would You Rather. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's more fun if you have somebody else, and I am going to see if I can talk Captain Solo into doing this with me. If you have some suggestions for some Would You Rather questions, put them down in the comments, and in the next video, maybe your question will be featured. If you like this video, please hit that like button and the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all my future videos. Until next time, this has been General Kenobi. We'll catch you all later.